right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about a couple touchdowns from this past weekend. A little later than I wanted to get to it, but that's decent reasons for that. So the first one we're going to look at, let me throw to Travis Kelce right there, and he's going to score a touchdown there. So we'll just watch it, and then we'll kind of run it back. So there we go. There's Kelce, little slam route, come back in, score the touchdown. All right, what do we got? So a couple fun things to talk about here. Well, for starters, I think we've got McKinnon. He goes the right way, but there's some weirdness where there's kind of like this fake handoff here. I'm not sure if that's intentional or whatever. But it looks like a little play action bootleg, and that's from Mahomes there. So we're going to have McKinnon running the flat. We're going to have, let's say 83 there running the corner. We're going to have the split here. And then Kelsey's going to kind of go there. So really, if we look at the main concept overall, flat, corner, snag route. This looks like kind of spot or snag or whatever you want to call it. And then you have the boot kind of off of this. This run a kind of front side boot. So we've got this play action bootleg look with this kind of core red zone concept. The play action bootleg, that's this one here. Get rid of play action bootleg. I'm not the biggest fan of in this area just because the spacing is all weird. But the way they run it with this kind of in cutting here, instead of this big crosser from the other side, kind of turns into a snag concept, which is more kind of a red zone friendly. A lot of teams will run that. So kind of enjoyed that look. And we're going to have the way they get to it is kind of this slam route from Kelce. So you're going to have, he's going to, and I think we'll see it. We'll have this guy on the end here kind of looking at the flat. And Kelsey's going to kind of block him. So we've got right here, this block from Kelce. He's looking to get into the backfield. He's watching the flat. So Kelsey's going to kind of engage, not really block, but block, and then release, and then kind of release into space. So once he releases that guy, he falls into the flat. We now have on the corner route, right there, you've got two guys there. You've got this guy with his back turn. You've got that guy there. So Kelce then, after releasing, he's just going to kind of work back into space a little bit. And you've got a couple guys. You've got this guy here that's kind of closing, but he's closing on. He's going to have close on the outside shoulder based on where Kelce ends up. So Kelce's just kind of work back, finds his way into space, and then work back. He just kind of turns around, catches the ball. Now at this point, you've got this guy on the outside, tacking outside shoulder. Ball gets thrown to the inside. Kelce spins back to the inside. Two guys out of position. You got that guy there who was attacking the outside shoulder, that guy who overran it, and then Kelce just kind of finds his way into the end zone. So watch that back one more time. Watch from the back angle, and we'll get to the next one because you can really see the attacking of the shoulder there. So again, just to set our base here, corner, flat, kind of fake block, snag route there, and you've got the split blocker from just under the line there from 81. So he's going to split. Mahomes boots out, finds Kelce, rotates back in, and just finds his way back to the end zone. Just a nice little design, nice little route by Kelce there with the fake block release, and then way to find his way in the end zone. And we can see from this angle here, we'll stop it. You can already see he's attacking outside. He's kind of aligned outside. Kelce's going to catch and just spin inside. Again, two guys out of position on that. 33, you can see him coming from just kind of off, from out of frame there. Just it seems to be looking at something else. See, he's looking behind him. So he gets himself out of position from defending Kelce, just from he's looking behind him, making sure as Mahomes gets outside the pocket, as he does, that there's no one breaking behind him. So he kind of takes a peek, see what's going on behind him. That allows him to just drifts himself out of position. So nice, again, nice concept there. Nice way to run that. Again, Kelce just a monster in the red zone. So now we'll look at this Jags touchdown, the one that kicked off the Jags scoring. Christian Kirk is going to be running a wheel up the sideline, and we'll talk about all of that here. But that's where this goes. So we'll watch the play, and we'll kind of come back through and break it down a little bit. So here he goes. Lawrence gets it off. Beautiful throw to Kirk. So what are we looking at here? So we've got trips, a 3x1. I think that's Hasty out there. So you've got, was that 11 personnel, I believe, because I think that's Ingram there. And you've got your receivers. And then you've got Kirk in the backfield. So you swapped who you have from your personnel grouping and what they're going to be running. So you've got this, because of the trips, you've got this guy shaded over here. You've got two. You've got the safety is going to kind of shade over this way as well, over to the trip side. And then over here, you've got this one guy over here. And they're showing, the Chiefs are showing a lot of guys up front. So you don't know where pressure is coming from, but you assume it's coming from somewhere. And so Lawrence says, all right, I got to get this out quickly. And so what they're going to run. So over here on this side, they're running a fade and then kind of this dual stick follow out stick nod from there. And then from here to clear the boundary, you got this post from, I believe it's Ingram, and then a wheel from Kirk up the sideline. Now, based on what the Chiefs are showing, they've got everyone up at the line here. Again, you can see all the guys up the line. And they're going to be communicating, and you'll see, I think it's him, and he's going to tell Karlaftis. He's going to come in right here between Jones and Karlaftis, and this man is going to tell Karlaftis, you can see him point, you've got that man. And the man he's pointing at is Christian Kirk in the backfield. So he's telling this rookie pass rusher, you're covering a wide receiver out of the backfield right before the ball snap, which is, not great, but, maybe they think pressure is going to get home beforehand, and for his part, Karlaftis doesn't do a bad job. So we can see right here, hey, buddy, and taps him. You've got him. You see that? You've got Christian Kirk. Oh, crap. All right. So we've got all of this. And so what Lawrence is going to be looking at, he's looking at this matchup over here. Now you've got the tell, almost literally, where he's like, Karlaftis, you've got that. So you've got the matchup you think you've got from here. And so Lawrence is going to have to check to make sure that he has the matchup he thinks he has. And check this over here. Check the boundary guy. Make sure that's clearing. Make sure that's doing what it's supposed to do. So he's going to run this post. He's clearing. Make sure this guy is not falling back into flat or falling back into there into his zone. Make sure he leaves. He follows inside. Lawrence knows he's going to get heated up. So I got Kirk on this wheel up the sideline on Karlaftis. He does quick peek over here. Is the boundary vacating? Yes. Do I have the matchup I thought I did with Karlaftis and Kirk? Yes. And then as you can see right here, and we'll see there's a little twist up front. That is smaller than I intended it to be. There we go. You got a free rusher, which with all the pressure Lawrence has in his head, I've got to get this ball out quick. So he hits that back foot. He just fades back. Beautiful throw to Kirk. So again, check the boundary. Make sure you're clearing the boundary. And check to make sure you've got the coverage you think you do with Karlaftis there. And we're going to watch up front to see what happens here. We're going to have this kick out here. You're going to have a double team inside. And then you're going to have a little loop. He's going to slam in. And then come over, and then this guy here just can't quite get back on the looper, and that's where the free runner comes from. So again, all the guys up front, whether it's him or someone else, all these guys up front, because Lawrence never looks, Lawrence never sees him. It's just kind of everyone's up here. First read, I'm out. I've got to get this off. See, he's checks 32. That snap there, make sure he's not buzzing out underneath. Just kind of checking his base, see what's going on here. He looks, boundary's clear. He's got that back foot hit. Free runners coming in. Offensive lineman's trying to do something about it. By that point, it's too late. But again, Lawrence never even peeks at him. Just knows one read him out. Hits that back foot. Fades away. Beautiful throw. And to his point, again, Karlaftis does not do a bad job defending Christian Kirk here, especially given, again, rookie pass rusher on a guy they spent, whether you want to talk about the Christian Kirk deal or not, a good wide receiver out of the backfield. That's a mismatch. Karlaftis does a good job sticking with him. It's just not enough, and it's a beautiful throw from Trevor Lawrence. So, hope you enjoyed this little look at the opening touchdowns from both of the from the Chiefs and the Jaguars. And it's really fun, divisional round matchup, and I will talk to you later.